Welcome to the Bahrain Grand Prix. This is F1 2017. After going through the game with Ferrari for 2 seasons, I learned a little bit. So I'm going to show you how to approach a race weekend. It's going to be a 5-lap race weekend, 5-lap race, and include most of the practice sessions and qualifying, one-shot qualifying. So let me show you what I figured out, and maybe you can contribute and tell me what you've learned after going through F1 2017. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is just jump straight into the track acclimatization program. Try saying that properly. When the lights go out, I recommend dropping it into lean, because you don't need the engine power to get a purple in the first practice program. You're just going to wind up using your components up quicker. Funny enough, there is actually one component that wears out with lean fuel usage, so you can't lean on the lean too much. But this is one program that I do recommend using the lean mix. Bahrain's always been one of my favorite circuits. I usually have good races here. The races on television are also pretty good. It flows pretty well, and this part was the last part I was able to figure out how to get through. This turn coming up here, there's a pretty nasty brake on there. I usually take it up to 6th and then do like a weird double apex, I guess you'd call it. 5, 6. And it's a night race now, so it pretty much competes with Singapore for like best night race. I think the races here have been pretty competitive since its induction into F1, which has been like, oh man, thinking too much about the history. I still might be able to get a purple. Let's see what happens. But yeah, Bahrain's been on the circuit for over 10 years now, and it's pretty good. It's one of my favorite circuits, next to Korea and India, which are sadly no longer with us. And I think that's 25 points lower than the optimal, so I'm very disappointed. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna return to the garage. And we're going to go to straight into the next practice program. Now, with the tire management, if you're wearing on your tires a bit, you can go to your setup and mess around with a few of the parameters. I'm pretty happy with the balanced setup for this, so I'm not going to touch it. But you can do things like go to your transmission and make it more unlocked. If you find yourself revving too high on the straightaways, you might want more top speed, but if you're struggling in the corners, you might want more downforce. So here I'm just struggling to get in front of Ricardo. Oh man, that was ugly. Now, about fuel mix here. Depending on how developed your car is, you actually could do this one in lean also. But I'm gonna do it in standard just so I'm more likely to keep the time. Oh man. Not the best. Okay. What you need to focus on here is the traction coming out of the turns. So go in there, brake hard, get down to your suggested gear, and then try to gradually get on the throttle. All right, don't let the tires slide. They are sliding a bit, but I think this is reasonable. 6, 2, 3. All right. Get on that get on the throttle nice and slow. 6, 7. This part is the hardest, but I got it. I lost time, but I got it. So I'm in the purple right now. I'm in the optimal tire degradation. 1, 2, 3, down to 5, 4. I took it down to 4 because I started to lose it. Just get on there. Come on. Get on the throttle. Now I'm like way optimal now, so now I just gotta get my timing back. 1, 2, 3, 4. down to, come on. Now I'm beating the devil out of the tires because I wanted to get the target time back. I should be good as long as I don't screw up this corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, down to 3. Get on the throttle, come on. Oh man, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make the time. Rich mix. So this is where we cheat and we use a flashback. Guys, I need the resource points. I'm so sorry. I need them. Renault's struggling right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. And plus, I need to demonstrate how to screw up a turn. So, yeah. And see, did you see me cheat and jump onto the rich mix there? So if you need some extra time or something, and I always switch it back to the lean right before I finish the program and I return to the garage. I don't know if it affects it, but I think it does. So I'm gonna go with that. All right, on to the fuel saving mini game, I like to call it. Did you see me switch the tire there? Yeah, because I wanted to still use the old tire. I'm not doing like a full simulation, so it's not important, but I suppose if you are, you would still want to use the old tire. And by the way, guys, I don't recommend doing more than 1 lap on any of these programs except the one that at the end that you have to. All right, the object of this event is to lift off when you can. Try to spend time off throttle so that you save fuel. You can't kick it down to lean for this. They're having you do it in standard mix, so you can't cheat. But they want you to lift off the throttle at the end of the long straights and don't apply so much pressure to it in the turns so you save fuel there too. All right. See, I could have even lifted earlier. I should have lifted earlier, but now I'm not flooring it, at least I'm not trying to, but I'm almost flooring it, you know? I don't know how it would translate to a foot if it's like 80% or 90%. Guys, I'm not there yet, but I know I'm not like digging my tires into the ground. All right. By the way, the haptic feedback on this is really good. Something that doesn't really get discussed too much because you don't really need to think about it. Oh, see, if you think about it, you wind up like missing the apex. But props to them for doing that. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man, there's gonna be traffic. That's all right. It's just a fuel saving. I'm not hell-bent on getting the optimal, but this up here, I'm gonna lift off pretty early. 1, 2, 3. See, I lifted off. I wasn't actually counting the gears there. I was counting the seconds that I lifted off the before the turn. So yeah, it's pretty like dramatic at some points. Like it almost feels like you're not like trying, but you are. And I have plenty of time. Wow, my target lap time. So I'm gonna lift off way here. Like, okay, I'm lifting. Now look, I'm a little bit, okay, you gotta look at where the start finish is. Let go, so you can get it over the line in the purple. So you wanna let go on the end if you're a little bit. All right, if you're just gonna miss out on optimal or return to garage, if you're gonna just miss out on optimal or whatever you're trying to achieve, lift off right before the start finish so that you save a little more fuel. Pro tip. Qualifying pace, all right. So this is pretty standard. I usually do this because I need the resource points. But this is just to prepare you for qualifying, except it's not in the highest fuel mix. It's in the rich mix, but it's not in the dedicated qualifying mix, which is even higher. So this won't be completely representative of a qualifying time, but it'll be as close as you can get. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoop. So you need to disregard your feelings for the last 2 practice programs where you're lifting and managing. You just got to go 1, 2, 3. You got to get the apexes all. You know, forget about tire wear, forget about fuel saving at this point. Just play it like you were playing a normal racing game. Oh man, 7. Making sure I'm in rich. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6. I'm a little bit more concentrated on this one. 1, 2, 3. I changed Jeff to output out of the television, and it's a lot better actually. I like him coming out of the television more than out of the controller. It's just too jarring for my hands. It's like somebody's talking from out of my hand. It's real creepy. Has anyone seen the movie The Gate? Where the kid has an eyeball in his hand and then he stabs it? 1, 2, 3. Ah. So I should be good. If you get even further over the qualifying time, then you'll get the bonus points. Come on, not great. That was a sloppy turn. Sloppy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. Oh, I don't. It's gonna be close.
Right, that's the end of the program.
Ah, yeah.
So we can
That's good.
analyze the data.
My reaction was off. Okay, I dropped it to lean real quick. Back to garage. All right, we're going to one-shot qualifying now. I skipped the program, the race strategy program, because I wanted to save my powertrain components. I just didn't want to use them up, you know. I'll sacrifice the resource points for that. That's how like serious it is, and I wanted to save time, to be honest. But if you don't do the race strategy program, it seems to fuel you like a little bit off. So I don't know how you can manually set the fuel. I know there's been questions about this, so if you do know, or if a patch happens, please start a dialogue in the comment section, because we need to know. And also, if you're doing the race strategy program, guys, and you do it in lean mix or rich mix, they're going to underfuel you or overfuel you respectively, so you might want to watch out for that. You've got to do your programs in the proper mix, but especially the race strategy one, the 3-lapper. 1, 2, 3. I did 1 gear 2. That's okay. Get on it early. All right. Finally got that turn down. It feels so good. Oh man. Almost got that's pretty. I'm pretty happy with this, guys. Until I screw up this final corner. 1, 2, 3. No, that was good. I'm good with that. Like, I'm not chasing that pole position, guys. Like, forget about it. You know, I'm happy with 5th. What's that going to be? 7th? 10th. All right. We're 10th here. I'm going to set my fuel to rich, holding in the clutch. That wasn't too bad. Come on, 3, 4. I'm trying to make that menu go away. There we go. Perez, I blame Perez. I blame Perez for that.
Okay, you have a fair bit of
Now, do I want to come in for a wing, or do I want to just race in first like this for the whole time? I did not mean to do that, guys. I was not trying to push my way to the front like that. We'll have a look at it later. I'll see it from both angles, but, you know.
We think there's a viable strategy change available to us.
6,
Would you like to keep to the current
7,
plan, or try
1, 2, 3. Jeff's saying something to me, but I can't hear him because he's in the television, and that's how I like it. Not changing no strategy, dude. We're just chilling. I'm totally going to be able to do this without the wing. It's no problem. I feel fine. Should I move down to a standard? No, actually, we'll see. On the straights, I'll play with the fuel mix on the straights. It'll be fine. All right. By the way, oh man, no, get out of here, Raikkonen, come on. Oh, that sucks. So anyway, I'm back up to Rich. Man, come on. 7, I'm not even thinking about it anymore. Come on. Again with the gearbox, guys. I'm trying to keep a close ear to it, because I usually do use my ears more for the gearbox, so. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. I know, there's no excuses. I should be like a professional at this by now, right? But the reality is I did played 2 seasons as Ferrari, and I won every race. And yeah, I did use flashbacks, of course. Pretty modestly. Mostly in practice, to be honest. And I did 5 lap races. The first season I did 80% expert, and the second was 90%. I kicked up the AI to 90% for the second season. And I won every race pretty handily. Ooh. See, even if you get that turn right, it still feels like you're taking a dump. This next one though is pretty good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. If you find yourself struggling without like outright speed or like controllability in F1, make sure you're playing in manual gears, guys. Like, this is a manual gears game. And I think it would be cool if next year they added a program to get people out of automatic and into manual. I know like a lot of people like who play this regularly are like, of course you'd use manual, but like, you know, some people still, they're not really familiar with the series, and they jump into automatic, which is 1, 2, 3, which is fine, good for learners, but it really is fun to take it up a notch and like learn the manual gears. You have a lot more control over your line, and like engine braking. Engine braking is when like you don't brake with the foot, 1, 2, 3, 4. You brake by like downshifting, and it lets you turn like where you want to, kind of. Oh, Bahrain feels so good. 1, 2, 3. What are some of your favorite circuits, guys? I already listed mine off, but if you want to hear them again, it's Korea, India, Malaysia, which is also going to go away. I think this is the last year of Malaysia. I'm pretty sad. It's one of my favorite courses because back when it was in the early calendar, like right after Australia, it's usually the race I won first because Australia is kind of tough for me. And it has a good flow. Like, I like the first 2 sectors a lot, and even the 3rd sector I've come to appreciate that, but we'll talk about that. If I do get to Malaysia on this, I don't know if I plan on doing a whole series. I just showed the races for the other 2 games, but I know a lot of people, 1, 2, 3, 4, a lot of people want to see how the whole weekend's done because there's confusion about like what to do with your practice sessions and like what are those components for and when to switch them out. By the way, switching out your I'm being attacked, dude. They're totally pushing me off. No, I really want to use a friggin' what's it called? No, I'm using a flashback on there because that was their fault. No, I'm using. Dude, should I do it? Should I do it? Yeah. Oh, then I can't. Screw it. I'm. No. Let me see it. I'm gonna show you the flashback in real time. Let's see what he did. Yeah. I'm showing it to you just in real time. There we go. What happened? I don't know. I'm using it. This is for demonstration purposes only, guys. I'm not trying to do this 100% proper anymore. Because it became way too frustrating for me in, what's it called, in China, when I got that penalty for no reason. I still say that was for no reason. If you haven't seen that video, go watch it. I think that was BS. Was it my fault? About Ricardo, I don't know. I think that was the ultimate penalty. But that first one with the Mercedes, yeah, probably. But I think the Mercedes could have chose a better spot instead of trying to sandwich me in with the, I guess it was a Red Bull on the other side. I don't know what the stewards would say though. I wonder if like the drivers go into the race like playing the steward, so to say, like, you know, they know that the steward's more lenient, they can do some crazier things, or if they know they're more stricter, they'll back off a little bit. The driver steward. 1, 2, 3. But anyway, yeah, I'll take responsibility for the the incident I just flashed back. I want the resource points, guys, because I do want to win a race with them eventually at the end of the year. So this second place finish could have been a first place. Oh wait, I have one more lap left. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Botas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I still in rich mix? Dude, I don't even know what mix I'm in. Dude, I'm still in rich mix, dude. I mean, it's fine. They overfueled me because I didn't do my race strategy program. They overfueled me for sure. So I'm gonna keep it in there. Now, guys, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't race enrich the whole time, but my components are gonna die in 2 races anyway. So I say just screw it, you know? Wear them out in 2 races and then just fight your way from the back. It's actually probably more fun to play like that. Why is my fuel thing blinking? I'm fine. And in terms of upgrades for R&D, what I'd probably get for Renault right at this point is durability. Durability all the way. You know, you can worry about the engine and the aero and all that stuff later. The aero is like the most expensive one, guys. I wouldn't start with aero ever. I would start either with the engine or the chassis. Okay. Oh wait, Kimi's at the front. Who's this? Who's this clown? Oops. Am I still in rich? Botas. Get out of here, Botas. Come on, I can still pick up a podium. What was that, first or second? That was a very ugly 3rd place, and I'm very proud of that.